Years total did you play football?
I played football total for 13 years.
And what was your position when you played for Lamar?
My position when I played for Lamar was, I had a lot of positions. Primarily, I played running back and outside linebacker.
Very good. What life lessons did you learn while at Lamar that impact your life still today?
Now we're hold on, you went from asking simple questions to like get deep. Let's get deep. Oh my gosh. Well, just like
Do you want to think about it for just a minute?
camaraderie and like
Yeah.
camaraderie, just like family, kind of just like the little things, like appreciating the little things in life and
Learning how to get along with one another.
exactly, and just teamwork, team building, especially for like sports, like leadership skills helped out a lot.
This is going to be in the
Is there an
video.
elephant in the room?
How many years did you play football for Lamar?
Well, I started playing in the 6th grade, so that'd be 7 years.
7 years.
7 years.
What advice would you give a current football player?
If I had to give a current football player advice, I would say just enjoy the moment, because no matter how good you are or how bad you are, you're only going to be able to play for 3 years, and it'll go by quick.
And you'll miss it one day.
You will miss it one day, hopefully.
You do. What life lessons did you learn while playing at Lamar that impact your life today?
I would say to work as a team, obviously.
Mhm.
A lot of teamwork involved in football, but one of the big things is in football you face a lot of adversity. Sometimes things aren't going to go your way, just like in life. And football is just a great way to face your fears, face some adversity, and learn about yourself.
What was your favorite game?
I would have to say my favorite game would probably have been the Clarksville game my senior year.
Why was that your favorite game? Tell us a little bit about that game, please.
A little bit about that
Just
game.
because I
Well,
was.
It was the first time that Lamar and Clarksville had rekindled the rivalry from long ago. I think, I'm not for sure on this, but there's no way there's ever been more people at a Lamar game ever, and I'm sure there will probably never be again.
Until the next one.
And it was around 200 degrees Fahrenheit. It was
Yes.
probably the hottest I've ever been. And I just remember beating them bad.
They had the new field.
At the new field, they didn't have turf at the time. I don't think. Do they have turf?
No, that was the first game. Do you not remember this? That was the first game with their new turf. And they had built this nice stadium, and that was their first game, and it was a loss.
It was a loss.
It was the first game
It was
with
the
that
first game
coach.
for a new coach. That didn't last long.
The 1440, remember?
1440 is
And
great
we
to
built
me.
some 1442.
There was a lot of things that went into
There was
that
a
game.
lot of
There was
just sweet-
T-shirts. I remember there was people lined up for hours just trying to get in. Everybody was there. It would have been a great time if you were a thief to rob anywhere, because there were police officers
Everybody
in
was
Johnson
there.
County was there and would not have cared.
They did, remember the the helicopter?
We had the
It dropped
helicopter fly the ball in. We had all of our cheerleaders throw baby powder into our eyes, so it took us about a quarter to see.
And y'all
What?
still won.
We still came out victorious.
Oh my gosh. What was your favorite memory?
My favorite memory. Well, there's a lot of good memories that we had in football. You know, we won a lot of games. It was always fun winning on the road. I think when I played, we were 27-9 in the 3 years I played. And 5 of our losses were to teams that either won or played in the state championship
Yes.
game. So we had a pretty good, successful team. And what was your original question? I forgot what you asked.
Favorite memory.
Favorite memory. My favorite memory
I was
was
gonna look-
probably, seeing Lavaca and Clarksville quit after we beat them, because they really and truly did believe they could win the game. And we knew they could not, but we just had to go out and do our jobs, and everybody
I don't
executed the game
remember the
plan.
Lavaca game.
The Lavaca game, my senior year, both teams were 3 or 4-0. It was their first conference game.
Was it here?
It was an away game. It was Hooten's game of the week. I think both teams were ranked in the top 10 in 3A. And I'm pretty sure the clock was running before halftime. It was a mercy rule.
That's
We
probably why I forgot it. I hated those games.
took out their quarterback pretty early.
Oh, okay, I remember this.
It really went downhill in a hurry for the Golden Arrows.
Okay, talk about how competitive, because it's not anymore. Talk about how competitive 3A was that year. Just talk about,
In 2015?
in 2015, how across the board, that was the most competitive the conference has been.
Okay, so in 2015,
Yeah, Charles.
we had Charleston and Boonville came into the conference.
Yes.
I want to say in 2014, Boonville won the 4A state championship,
Yes.
and then came into the 4A3, or the 3A4, excuse me. And Charleston was ranked number 1 in the state. Boonville was ranked number 2. And either we were ranked 3 and Smackover was 4, or Smackover was 4 and we were 3. And we played all 3 of those teams, 1, 2, and 3. And we lost all 3 of those games.
We lost.
Our only 3 losses of the year were to the number 1, 2, and 3 ranked teams. And
I'm pretty sure Smackover was probably 3.
Smackover ended up eventually playing in the state championship game that year against Charleston and lost by 2 points, I think.
That was the one, yeah, that was a close game
It
though.
was a very close game, I think. Smackover was able to stop Charleston's pass, which they were pretty one-dimensional, we thought. And I'm pretty sure Ty Story had around 40 rushing attempts that game.
So talk about a little bit how we were the era of Ty Story.
The era of Ty Story. In my life, I played Ty Story six times. Career 0-6. 8th grade, 9th grade, 10th grade, 11th grade, and 12th grade, all losses.
All horrible, all painful.
They were all pretty big losses. And the bad thing is we were always in the game at halftime. But it seems like we always came out in the second half and just didn't make the right adjustment, or something didn't go our way. And we always ended up losing by about 20 points. It was pretty consistent.
But, I mean,
Today, yeah, I was thinking today, I don't have a lot of homecoming memories, you know. The main reason that you have a homecoming, the only reason you have a homecoming is for the football game, so that was more of my concern.
that was your
I'm
area of
not a
expertise.
parade guy, I'm not a dance guy, I don't throw the pom-poms around and get dressed up as a woman.
Which we're all thankful for.
Yes, I don't know, I don't even really remember who we played in my homecoming game my senior year.
Easy
I think it
game.
was Mansfield, maybe, something like that.
Yes.
In my junior year, we had a very close game, almost lost to Lavaca. It was,
I did not.
I was injured that year, the first 3 games. And we played Lavaca the 4th game. And Lavaca was a really good team. A lot better that year than they were the next year, even though they didn't think so. But they came out and got ahead of us, I think 24-0, 21-0, something like that. And we ended up coming back and winning the game in the second half. And so that was probably the best homecoming memory I have, and maybe the only one.
Maybe the
Because
only
I
one.
can't think of who our homecoming was when I was in the 10th grade for sure.
I wasn't there then, I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Anything you would tell the current team as far as football wise? And what they need to work on?
I will say, just keep doing what you're doing. You know, it's the first year for unprecedented times. We have COVID, so you know you just got to go out every day and play like it's the last day, because certainly now it could be at any time. You know, you see a lot of teams that have breakouts and lose 2 weeks, and we're already halfway through the season right now. So, you know, there's only for the seniors, there's, 6, 8 games left, hopefully more than that, but you're guaranteed maybe 6 more games. And you could be the first Lamar team in history to win a 4A playoff game,
Which
so
would be nice.
that would be nice. That's what we're striving for. Everybody gets to go to the playoffs this year, so let's get us a win. And I say just keep fighting, keep playing, and go out and hit somebody in the mouth.
Okay, do you have a funny memory?
that is appropriate for camera for the public to see. It took Braxton a long time to think of one. that
Yeah, I've
was-
been thinking about it all day, and I haven't.
You don't have any.
No, really, probably some of the funniest times we had were not actual games, but at practices, 7-on-7s, team camps. We had a lot of fun at those. We got into a few brawls, but that's okay. Those were always a good time, mainly against Dardanelle. No one likes Dardanelle. Not even people from Dardanelle like each other, I don't think. But no, some of the funniest, just that Lavaca and Clarksville teams thinking that they were going to beat us
So
bad.
we had a
that
lot of
was
fun.
funny.
The whole week, I feel like we had fun.
Yeah, there was a lot of things that went into the Clarksville game that had fun. And another piece of advice that I would give the current team is don't drink Diet Mountain Dew religiously
Religiously.
throughout the year like I do.
That's a really good piece of advice.
It is.